All right, boys and girls, today I'm going to show you how to draw a realistic pumpkin. Some really cool pumpkin facts are that they are actually part of the gourd family. The gourd family includes cucumbers, zucchini, honeydew melons, cantaloupe, and watermelon. They are also grown on every continent in the world except for Antarctica. Each pumpkin has about 500 seeds, and pumpkins are technically considered fruit. Crazy, huh? All right, let's get started. Today you're going to need a pencil, a Sharpie, crayons or colored pencils, whatever you prefer using, okay? All right, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna draw a really large, long, or tall oval in the middle of your paper, okay? Now I'm drawing with pencil and I draw light until it's right, but don't worry, I'll outline it with Sharpie. I'm gonna start with my oval, and sometimes when I draw, I kind of sketch like this, okay? Your lines do not have to be perfect. Remember, it's a pumpkin. If you've ever seen pumpkins before, they're kind of lumpy and misshapen. After you draw your tall oval in the middle, you're gonna draw 2 curved lines on either side of your oval. And they're gonna be a little bit smaller than your oval. Okay, and after that, you're gonna draw 2 more curved lines on either side of those curved lines. And I kind of want my pumpkin a little on the kind of wobbly, lumpy side. Kind of looks like the pumpkins I've been seeing in the stores lately. All right, once you're done doing that, you're going to add a stem, okay? I kind of just make a cylinder type shape at the top of my pumpkin. All right, once you're done drawing your pumpkin, you're gonna go ahead and outline it with Sharpie. And the reason we outline with Sharpie or black marker, whatever you have, is because it makes your drawing pop, okay? So then I'm gonna go ahead and outline my pumpkin with a Sharpie. When you're outlining, you're just going over your pencil lines you drew, just like that. We don't use Sharpies to color in things, just for outlining, okay? Now, before I start to color, I am gonna erase my pencil lines. And the reason I do that is to make my artwork look nice and neat. And when you're coloring, if you don't erase your pencil lines, sometimes you'll see it underneath your coloring, and we don't want that, okay? You don't have to erase it perfectly, just the best you can, a very light little erase, just to get most of the pencil lines off. All right, there we go. Now, you're going to color your stem brown. I am going to use colored pencils, okay? But if you don't have those, crayons work, or even markers work just fine. So I'm gonna color my stem brown, just like this. Okay. I'm kind of going fast, but you can take your time. Okay, then when I'm done with the brown, I'm gonna color the top of my pumpkin. We're kind of breaking up into 3 parts. Yellow, okay? And I'm following the contour of my pumpkin. That means instead of going across like this to color, I'm coloring, following the lines that I drew. It's called the contour, following that contour. I'm just kind of coloring fast, but I'll fill in my color later as I move on. Just want to get some color onto my artwork. Once I've done yellow, then I'm going to use orange, and I'm going to color the middle of my pumpkin orange, overlapping that yellow a little bit. Sometimes when I color really hard, my hand and my arm starts to hurt, but I just know I'm using my art muscles. And then the bottom of my pumpkin's going to be red. This is actually a red-orange, but red would work just fine. And again, those two colors are overlapping right where they meet. These are warm colors. Okay, warm colors are colors that are warm in nature, like what we think of when we think of the sun and fire and heat. Those are things that are warm in nature, and those are warm colors. That's reds, yellows, oranges, pinks. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll color it a little nicer and a little darker, overlapping those colors. Prismacolors, this would be a really cool time to use your Prismacolors. See how my colors are darkening just a smidge. And now my reds. Again, overlapping those colors, just filling in some of those spots I might have missed. Oops, colored out the lines a little bit. That's okay. Sometimes that happens, doesn't it? All right, there we go. It's almost candy corn colors. When I'm done coloring in my pumpkin, then I'm gonna go ahead and make a horizontal line. I'm not gonna put it here. I don't want my pumpkin floating on top of the line. I want it to be behind my pumpkin so it looks like it's actually sitting either on a table or on the ground, okay? When you move your horizontal line like that behind your artwork, it makes it look like it's actually sitting, okay? If you want, this is the time where you could go ahead and color your background. Is it sitting on the grass? Is it sitting in the dirt? Is this a table? Okay. If you wanted, you could add vines and leaves. Okay. And there you have it.